Okay, so we got the three shapes. What can you tell me about these shapes?
Well, they're not kind of like a plus sign. Not
Oh.
really.
They're not like a plus sign.
It
Interesting.
seems to be turning more and more into a square. It's like it stays a square.
It's like going, it looks like it's almost going back to a square, but it's a square that's been rotated 45 degrees from where it was here. Because it's sort of tilted now. Actually, yeah.
Okay, well let's talk about that. So what do you mean that it's tilted?
Well, so it starts out, let's say that this square here is not tilted,
Uh-huh.
and then you sort of build these protrusions on it, and
Okay.
then these get finer and finer.
Okay.
So it starts to look more and more like a square, but you sort of you've rotated the original square.
Okay, how is this shape down here, the first iteration, and the one you're sitting in, are they oriented the same way right now?
Not right now.
Okay. How do you change this one, the second iteration? Sorry, that the square is the first, second, third. So how do we orient the second one so that it's oriented the same way as the third? What are we going to need to do?
We have to add these 1 by 1 squares.
No, just the orientation, just how it's arranged on the ground.
Tilt it a little bit.
Whoops. So we have to kind of rotate it so the zigs are on the bottom.
Okay. Can you be more? No. You don't need to rotate it.
Okay.
Just tell me Tell me what you need to do using just words. You don't have to rotate it because it's so wiggly.
I think we need to rotate it. I mean, very roughly, so that this square, this line here, is over to where this point is.
Okay.
Well, kind of what we need to do is we have to put the ziggy part, like the part that goes back and forth. So that's on the bottom, and we need to put that on the bottom too.
Okay. So one of those lines that's across the top, right there. That line there. Where would that line be in your shape? Where's an example of where that line is?
Corner.
I think. Well, it would be. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it would be this line.
Okay, now show me a line that's closer to the camera that would be the same one as that line.
Another. It would be like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how many degrees do we need to rotate the first shape to make it oriented the same way as the one you're sitting in?
About 45, I think.
About 45. Okay, interesting.
Just because of the way we made it.
All right. But unfortunately, it's going to be hard to do that. But it's still neat to see the shapes. Do they look like what you thought they were going to look like?
No.
No. Okay. So what's a difference? What's one difference that you noticed?
Well, instead of a plus sign, there's kind of a square. It's a square shape, but I wouldn't think it would go that way.
Okay. What's the difference that you noticed? Or what surprised you?
That these squares.
They're kind of
The
pockets.
squares, so they sort of loop in on each other.
Uh-huh.
I actually think I made a little mistake here, but so one square comes out here, one square comes out here, and they meet at that point.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. I do see the little mistake.
And then yeah.
What would you have to do to fix it?
I think I just have to make. So wait. I think this needs to be moved over a bit.
Okay. All right, cool. So we're gonna go to the computer now and take a look.